Hey, what's up, guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video for the Warships. And today's topic is going to be entirely different and might be interesting, well, because it can or might affect wargaming's monetization practices that we all know that are pretty bad, in my opinion. Like, there are a lot of, I would say, virtual currencies in World of Warships. I have even literally made a topic because, well, people are confused about it. It's about the Ming tokens, adventure tokens, all sort of ridiculous currencies that we are in right now, and then they are asking a ridiculous amount of doubloons or money, or in one way or the other, kinda camouflage those in-game items and their real cost in the form of doubloons. That kinda is a problem for not only World of Warships but also for other games as well. And so that's why we have something that posted by European Union, or basically they have come up with some sort of law that games can no longer use virtual currencies to disguise the price of in-game purchases, at least in the EU. Now, what does that really mean? I would say, if you don't understand literally what that might mean for you guys, or maybe for wargaming, I think this might help you a bit. As you can see, this is like another post by someone. I mean, there are a couple of other Reddit posts, and there's a guy who literally asked the same question, like, what is the TLDR? What literally happened? Why this is so important? Well, the answer is pretty much like given by this guy, that long story short, game companies can no longer use currencies as a middleman. All the prices would instead have to be displayed as euros or something like that. We exactly don't know that what wargaming might come up with, but what I'm sure, or at least what I have seen, at least during this event, is a bit different. If you really look at the events, which I would like to share maybe, if you look at the Monomoth, it costing directly for 50,000 doubloons. I haven't heard wargaming for the last couple of years that they're selling a ship for a direct purchase or for the direct money. Like, this is interesting, right? And I think this is sort of a pattern that I'm looking at, and we might able to see that in future that wargaming now has decided, because these laws from the EU side might be coming in the future and can affect wargaming's game, which is World of Warship. Well, you might see something good like this. Like, at least it's not like in the form of bundles, but maybe they can come up with some ridiculous way or some other way or form that we potentially don't know. So as you can see here, there's a guy again in the Reddit post. He talked about the Gonzaga. He talked about other ships like Seal is directly sold for 160 euro. So there are a lot of ships that are straight up available for purchase. Or, I mean, you can also gamble up in the form of bundles. But still, like for example, this one basically says that you can get basically 78k dubs. Like, you spend that money and then you will get probably Russian submarines early access. You can do that, all sort of shenanigans. But what will happen now is that hiding the cost of in-game content and forcing customers to purchase virtual currency, well, this might a bit change, right? I mean, wargaming use doubloons, right, as a form of virtual currency, but they might have to come up with sort of a alternate option that it's gonna cost you this money, which means that you might be able to see that how much euros that you might be spending. Okay, right now, what currently that we have an implementation in World of Warships is that you see the doubloons, a kid or maybe a younger child or maybe someone who's playing World of Warships, he does not understand these sort of stuff, right? Maybe there might be a lot of other whales. I know there are really good old players as well, and quite a lot of old players actually that spend a lot of money. But still, this is kinda at least addressing, like for example, exploiting kids in some shady practices, right? That can be a good solution to this. Like, there are some hidden costs, pressure tactics, and lack of transparency the companies that usually do to make people, or maybe especially the younger younger side of the player base, they might still spend money, but now that they might see the exact value or the cost by looking directly at the real money itself alongside with the in-game item, they might be they actually be able to control themselves a bit. But still, I don't think so. I still think that this might really not happen. I mean, look at this post, right? There are some like a lot of redditors that have given a positive karma, and they are, it's sort of a meme, I know, but it won't happen, or it won't change anything about the wargaming. Like, he's saying wargaming CEO, when a new EU law forbids the use of virtual currency to disguise the pricing of in-game purchases. Yeah, the gun point is not on you still. Wargaming CEO still gonna find a way to just get those money from the wallets of the whale. That is still gonna be possible. I mean, the unfortunate reality is still going to be that the guy is saying, literally, he's exactly saying that I am thinking that I'm pretty sure the whales will keep spending money even if they see the actual price in euros, and Wargaming will lose little to no profits. I believe that as well. I mean, if every single of that whale realizes this situation, that they spend so much money, I have heard people spending 10,000 to even $30,000 on a single pixel boat game. It is ridiculous. When I heard this number, I was thinking that's like for a specific person in a specific country, like for especially like third world countries, like some poorer countries, the entire worth of how much they have worked for that amount of money. Like, that is literally the case for some people out there. I'm not talking about the Americans. I'm not talking about some of the richer countries. They can definitely earn quite a lot, but I mean, still, that is a ridiculous amount regardless of whatever you say about it. Like, you can just get so much things from $30,000 in my opinion. I mean, but people are willing to spend that much money, still gonna incentivize wargaming to come up with something that will just keep the servers running for us, I guess, for free to play guys, or maybe the players who spend like little to no money. But still, it is not good whatsoever that they always charge insane amount of money for a single ship. I mean, you can go and simply get into the gaming subreddit section where this thing is literally posted. You can go and read out the comments. There are a lot of valuable comments. For example, this one, in which they are literally talking about that what policies are going to be sort of implement in the future. Okay, so you can just maybe read out this whole thing if you want to. I don't want to go there, but I just certainly want to share the news and some sort of memes. As you can see, this one, like, after glancing at the EU guidelines, chuckles, I'm in danger. I don't think so wargaming will ever going to be in danger. The players decide whether wargaming is going to be in danger, and I'm seeing right now there are still a lot of whales in this game. I don't think so there is going to be any change even after this implementation. I mean, to just not getting issues from the EU side of the laws or something, I mean, wargaming will try to implement these new guidelines. Otherwise, or these changes, otherwise I don't see wargaming is gonna lose anything, or maybe any sort of other like value that they are still getting right now from whales. So I mean, you guys can always let me know, what do you think about this whole thing? I believe that it might help change wargaming. I believe that in some way, but not a whole lot. Maybe they might at least show us something which is an icon, which is an icon where they just display that this is doubloon's value and it's gonna cost you that real money, like directly alongside with the in-game item or ship or whatever. Okay, so that might be possible. Otherwise, I don't think so there's gonna be anything or any change maybe happen, but we have to find out. So thank you guys for watching. I just want to share you this news. Maybe this can affect wargaming, maybe this might not, but we will have to find out at some point later. I hope wargaming kind of realizing that the players do not want these sort of monetization practices, and maybe that's the reason why they are now selling ships directly, even though they are costing a lot of money, like 50,000 doubloons for Monmouth, Gonzaga 35,000. That is still insane, regardless of what people are still trying to defend, especially the whales. I know the whales are defending. They defend the game before. They will still defend the game because they think that it is worth it, regardless of how much it is costing. But, well, I will end the video here. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you want to share some comments or feedback, I would love you guys to share that. Till then, peace out. and take care.